This is Vaughan at westcoatbellpottery.ca in Nova Scotia, Canada. I have a kiln unloading in my studio, not the gas kiln. We're finally over for those firings. It's turned cold. We almost had snow last night, down to 3 degrees with rain. So back to indoor firings. This is oxidation, cone 6, but at 2025 I give it an 2225 I give it an 11-minute soak, and then slow cool it down to 1750 with an hour soak. Okay, this is folk art white, but remember I add a little iron ochre, a yellow iron oxide to it. So the inside is folk art white with a oatmeal edge to it there, and then on the underside folk art white with my matte turquoise and a lot of chattering to give it that oomph. And then there's a couple of plates here. I'll show you the berry balls go on top of these. We can look at those afterwards. Now, I've never made these before, but somebody wanted a little set of napkin rings. And that I simply threw a cylinder, cut it into 4 and trimmed so it was even, and then rolled a slab and made little stands for them to sit on. So that's a new thing which I've never made before, but I guess people would like those. I'll have to see, you know, if anybody else is interested on these. And then we have some mugs for me, and then a bunch of mugs for an order. This is just bright blue, variegated blue and oatmeal, and the same here. So these are going to be for my showroom, and they turned out pretty nice. And all of the rest are for an order where they wanted 8 that are less than 3.5 inches high to fit under a coffee machine. And so I have 8 of these. So I will show you a couple, but you don't have to look at all of them. They're all very similar. And this is that dinner set that I did recently. Okay, next level down. This is spectacular. Wow. This is the bright blue. But what the heck did I do differently on this? But that has never turned out as bright as that. And you've got the oatmeal and the variegated blue dipped on the rim to give you that beautiful scaling kind of texture there. Oh, look at the inside too. This is variegated blue turning out really nicely too. And look at the bright blue with the variegated blue and the overlapping with the oatmeal. I mean, this bowl turned out absolutely spectacular. Gosh, every so often something happens and you say, I'm going to do that again, but can I ever get this again? It also has a pinkiness all along there, and that's the tin in the oatmeal. Something must have chrome in here. Well, matte turquoise does. So, but that is just spectacular. Wow. Now, I have an order in here for a guy in Halifax, Nova Scotia. There's a coffee shop. It's a newspaper kind of shop. But look at this. Look at the pink in the oatmeal. I did it here too. This is really nice. Surprise. And it's because we have a chrome glaze in here, which is the matte turquoise, which has a tiny bit of chrome in it. But they're really nice. And I did the inside bright blue as well, which is really pops the whole mug. Have we got any different ones here? And this is the chun green. And I think I may have the matte turquoise in this piece over apple green. And that's what's causing the actual pinkish in the tin. Any difference? I've got a nice little tea bowl here. I haven't made tea bowls for a while because I had so many made for this season. But that's a nice one too. The black glaze is beautiful. Okay, the layer next from bottom. Luckily, I did some more of this bright blue. The only thing I can think of is this is the end of a batch of bright blue. I have to mix that glaze this week in my new studio up on the hill. This is really pretty, and I think maybe the pigment that's in this last bit was on the bottom because I brushed the bottom of the glaze and really kind of scraped down that glaze in the bucket and then poured it into a smaller container just so I could dip things in it. And I think there's more pigment that's giving it the brighter blue. That's the only thing I can think of. And the variegated blue is just great too. But the oatmeal really did a special nice job on all of these pieces. And then we have some soup bowls. Somebody asked me if I could make a few of these with a handle. But that is beautiful too. And there's that pink doing that again. The oatmeal with the apple green and the matte black. Another noodle bowl. Not quite as much pink, just a little bit here with the variegated blue. Still nice. That's a beautiful glaze, and it's silky. And then I have some more tea bowls on these tiny little stilts. Let's hope they didn't collapse. Don't try, if you ever try getting stilts off, be very careful because they're so sharp. But variegated blue, oatmeal, and black. You can cut yourself if you try forcing them off because it suddenly gives and then your hand slips onto the sharp point. So use pliers. And there's variegated blue, bright blue, and oatmeal. Same again. From a couple who came in and said they wanted to order 2 little tea bowls, and they wanted to put a snake inside of each one, poking its head up, so when you drink, your snake will see his head rise above the... And I hate to say no to people. I like to make people happy. So I said, okay, I'll do it. Okay, the very bottom of the kiln. I'm so used to my big kiln that takes so many pieces, there's hardly anything come out of these little kilns. It's the same variegated blue, oatmeal, and black for that berry bowl. And then this one, good, it didn't run too much. I knew this would run, and I tried drilling the holes again to make sure the glaze wouldn't fill up the holes, but still a few of them did. But it didn't run on the bottom of the kiln, which is nice. Boy, it's so close. It almost ran right onto the kiln shelf. But it's smooth. It's just a big bulge there where it almost ran off. And it wasn't on a stilt. Apple green. And on the top I think I put blue because there's a little bit of blue there. So I think I dipped blue over the apple green there. There, another bright blue. And that's what happens when the blue is thin. Which is interesting. See that? So what was happening there? Because you get this greeniness appearing on where the blue is when it's on thin. And then the speckles and the scaling from the oatmeal are spectacular on this piece too. Another noodle bowl. Variegated blue, oatmeal, and black. Okay, last night I had a treat. I went to visit Brad Wiseman, who's built that wood firing kiln over in the other side of Mahone Bay in Nova Scotia. So it's about 40 minutes drive from here. And I witnessed him firing it for the 3rd time. And I'm going to show you a quick bit of footage here. And eventually we're going to do a little video of Brad with his work and firing the kiln. So you'll see a lot more then. But this just gives you a little bit of a treat here because it's pretty peaceful. It's an amazing peaceful firing because it's quiet.
Oh, that's great.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Ron.
Firing number 3.
Firing number 3. Got a very nice door here. You can see how I can open and shut it and we don't lose too much heat.
So what temperature do you think we're about 1100?
1800? 18...
So yeah, that's about 1060 then, yeah, in centigrade.
It's doing pretty good. That, so, you know, I'm heading towards 2000. That's usually the hill to climb, get up over 2. But the kiln is really performed, you know, I've had to figure it out. I really have to fight to get it to go 18 hours, 16 to 18, which isn't long enough in my mind, but you know, I'm getting a nice aesthetic out of it. You know, I'm getting a good look, and I'll try to, and I'm stretching it out this time. So I'm running an hour or two longer than that, I'm hoping. Box is back up in a bit, but hold on, gotta burn stuff down in there.
Yeah. So when you say the first one was too short, was it because it died down in spite of you putting wood
No,
in,
this
or?
thing took right off. So the first one in the middle, right in the middle,
Yeah.
cone 11 went over flat. Went gone. Everything was gone.
Oh, I see. So it
And
happened fast.
so I knew then that I didn't want to overfire the kiln. So, oops, but I went another 2 hours and got the top a little better. And then the second firing was just that much better.
But compared to a gas kiln, which is roaring all the time, wood firing is very peaceful. So this is that bright yellow that I have, which seems to be getting quite popular at the moment. So that's just a berry bowl. Somebody wanted some soup bowls with handles, so I've made about half a dozen of these for people to pick from. And all that, but it's just like a nice, you know, soup bowl. I find them, I'd rather hold them like this rather than like that. But thumb through there, and then, but they're nice little bowls to warm the hands while you're eating soup. These are 4 berry bowls, so I'll take them out, and then we'll show you them with the berry bowl. I think they're in here. This is apple green, folk art white, and a bit of a matte turquoise on the bottom. Oh, and actually chun green on the inside too, which is nice. I forget what I do sometimes, but purple, variegated blue, and oatmeal, which gives you that sandy, kind of dusty pink with the oatmeal over the purple. Matte turquoise, variegated blue, and oatmeal here. I think maybe I'll post the recipes again. I post them every so often in the videos, but they're mostly from Mastering Cone 6 Glazes, which I'm going to be developing some new glazes from that book during the next few months, so I'll keep you updated. Then I have a whole bunch of pieces in my kind of Icelandic coloring, variegated blue, mouse gray, and oatmeal. Somebody wanted a whole bunch of these, including some little shot glasses. There you go. Variegated blue, mouse gray, and my oatmeal. Okay, and the next layer down we have a large berry bowl with the purple, variegated blue, and oatmeal. I don't think I had a tray for that one. Maybe that's out already. And then I have, let's see, what did I do? I think it's apple green. I think it's got variegated blue over it and matte turquoise, but it's a little difficult to tell. And it's got variegated blue, bright blue, and oatmeal on the outside. But that one is a mystery a little bit. I know it seems to have matte turquoise with apple green. So did I glaze it with apple green? I have no idea. I can't remember how I did it. But we got the colors, apple green, matte turquoise, and it looks like variegated blue on this piece. And then I have a commission for a place, 2 places actually. I mentioned it before with Atlantic, News, Halifax. This guy wanted bright coffee mugs. And that's just regular matte turquoise, variegated blue, and oatmeal. And there's my bright yellow again. Look at that, where did that come from? I'll have to refire that with some glazes over it. That is strange. It looks like it was the blue when I was pouring it out. It dribbled down. Didn't see it before the firing. Oh well. Yellow, again, bright blue, and apple green. So bright colors. And that's another one there for the guy in Halifax. Okay, on the bottom here we have something interesting. We are getting some blush pinks. I noticed before in the other firing, but in this one I don't know where that came from. But it could be just the chrome in that matte turquoise, because there is A matte turquoise on this, that's really pretty. But it is a blush, which is quite warming to the piece with those blues, so I kind of like it. But it's bright blue, variegated blue, and oatmeal, and the oatmeal has some tin in it, which means if you have chrome in the atmosphere of a kiln, you're going to get some pinks. And then there's a whole bunch for another place locally, which is having Christmas in Petite coming up. And so she asked me to make her 20 mugs that she's going to try selling during that weekend. It's coming up, not this weekend, but the weekend after. And she wanted bright colors too. Seems like everybody's looking to cheer themselves up. Okay, on the bottom, this is pretty spectacular. What did I do here? So it's yellow with bright blue, and then another color over there to give me a clue on the outside. I know we got bright blue, so my guess is it's variegated blue. And it's possible I did a dip of oatmeal right at the rim, I'm not sure. But that's pretty startling. Warm kiln, but I have a few things in here that are slightly different. There's how I fire my lids on stilts, so we have to see now whether they actually, I've got to just smooth off those 3 points where the stilt kind of releases. Yeah, that seems to fit pretty good. This is a variation on the Icelandic pieces. And basically you're going to give it a darker sky on the bottom, and I kind of did the oatmeal on the top. So it's a little experiment with that's one of the more traditional ones that I've been doing for a couple of years now. And there's another one of it. Then we've got a variety of mugs with some experimental double dipping top and bottom to kind of see what happens. I've got a nice blue line in there where that matte turquoise overlaps the purple and gives you blue. This is a surprise. Okay, we have the next layer down. This piece has been hanging on for a long time. I have this from at least a month or two ago, which I'd never fired. And it isn't actually a very nice piece with the Tennaku gold. Look at that up the top there. Oatmeal, variegated blue, and then matte turquoise. I'm going to show you a few highlights from this kiln. I won't show you all the mugs because they're so repetitive after a while anyway. But we have a few different pieces in here. These are the rest of those glasses from the order I got for like a sort of winter scene. Icelandic colors I call it. And they were all fired on stilts. Variegated blue, mouse gray, and oatmeal on speckled clay too, which is, my oatmeal doesn't have many speckles in it these days, but this does, and there's some chrome tin pink appearing on that one too. That could be a bonus, or maybe not. Well, that stilt's hard to get off. Sometimes they pop right off, other times the color is showing the transparency where that little double line is. That's the mouse gray. It can actually be nice gray, or it can actually be a little transparent. Lid fired on a stilt, and a little chrome tin pink where the stilt marks are, and then you just sand over a little bit there, and does it fit? Perfect. Nice wood. It's the nicest wood I can think about in pottery. And then we've got the casserole. This lady ordered a casserole, a cheese dish, a butter dish, and a bunch of 8 glasses, I think it was. But that's a nice little casserole. Okay, this is why I was going to show this kiln here, because Jackie has her refires in it. She was very unhappy with the colors for this sort of large tile mural that she was doing. So we refired it. And I was a bit worried because it was fired in a gas kiln the first time, but it came out very flat. And the colors do look a little bit more intense, so I think she's going to be happier this time. And we'll show this in a future video when she puts it together. I'm not sure what she did on these, but that's the boat as well. I think maybe she added the yellow on that. And then the rocks there, obviously rocks, they should be a sort of grey colour. And then this is sort of a seaweed. And that's a sort of beach, I guess, with some beach seaweed. Okay, these are the refires of the rest of the mural. And the contrast is much better now. So it was worth refiring, but there's always a chance that refires you might crack the piece in the heating. But I fired this kiln very slow. Even though it costs more when you fire a kiln slow, it will cost you less if the piece had cracked and you lost the entire piece. Now we have a whole bunch of pieces, plates mostly, and the bottoms for butter dishes. This is one of those nighttime kind of Icelandic pieces. It's almost like a reflection in the water. Black, oatmeal, variegated blue, and mouse gray are the colors. Here's a little butter dish base. You got the little rim inside to scrape your knife on, and that turned out very nice. That's going to be a surprise when you lift the dome off, you get to see that. And there's another little bottom for. Okay, we've got a bunch of plates. There's 2 there from the other level. Is that? There's a little white dot in there. That black glaze is really got to be so careful because everything shows up on it because it's a flat black, matte black. So, and that's a tiny little bit of sand. It might have dropped off the kiln shelf as I lowered it in. But, and there's another plate. This was a dinner set I was doing with this series here. So we've got all these plates here that all belong to that. And, but we're going to have to be really careful with the matte black. And there's another one of the butter dishes in this glaze color. Here's another one of the dinner set plates. So it's variegated blue, mouse gray, oatmeal, and the matte black. I love it. And again there. I refer to it as Iceland at night, or it could be Greenland. Another one, less of the white in that one there. Another size. I did basically a large dinner plate, a salad plate, a tiny plate for a side plate for just like bread, and then I think I may have some bowls somewhere. But and these are the butter dishes, obviously. And finally, and we have more plates. So we have a 4-piece dinner set in the black Icelandic colors, if anybody's interested. And a couple of bottoms for the blue. Okay, this was the last in my little grouping of firings, because my shelves are bare now, nothing to bisque and nothing to glaze, so I'm starting a new round. But I'll show you the last pieces coming out from this. There's the stilt holding the lid again. This is the nighttime sort of Icelandic kind of pieces. Very dark. I was hoping there would be a little lighter area up in there, but I guess I didn't put any oatmeal on it, but it's a very dark piece, but it's kind of attractive though. I mean, the blue is very nice on the top there, but it'll look nice in the display of black pieces. So it's basically, let's see, variegated blue, mouse gray, oatmeal, and then black to make it look like a hillside, you know, mountains and hillside in the winter. That'll look nice as a lamp, I think. And the same again, but I didn't do the I poured the glaze on the other one. This one I just dipped to give it a different look. And the same glazes on the bottom and the top. I'll have all these black pieces because they've been selling so well. And would you bet it's a fashion and it just goes out. Another Icelandic mugs. And this is a cheese dish. The base I already fetched out of the kiln. Can I get that out? Sometimes you have to tap them to get these things out. But so there should be some bases. Those colors, and there's one that's just the regular, so it's kind of daytime, nighttime kind of thing going on there. And this turned out really good. The oatmeal is really nice on that. Oatmeal, variegated blue, and bright blue. That one's going to need tapping too. And that one just broke up all completely. It's a very small stilt, but it means you can glaze the entire rim of the piece when you lose the stilts. I mean, they're $2 or $3 each when you buy them. They last 10 firings if you're lucky. It does mean if you have a glaze run, it doesn't actually go on the kiln shelf unless it's a huge glaze run. The really big glaze runs, like I had one recently with my metallic bronze glaze, just lands right on the kiln shelf, but fortunately those new kiln shelves, it just comes right off, you don't have to chisel. But a nice setting of Icelandic mugs. And there's the last one. Yeah, these turned out really nice. Next layer down is one of the daytime Icelandic pieces as a large serving platter. Wow, look at how that burnt toasty look on the clay itself. This is recycled clay, so it's got everything in it. That's a nice platter. Then a whole bunch of what I think and hope and think are really cute little rice bowls with the Icelandic colors. These were hard to glaze. I used slip trailers to glaze these, and I think they turned out really pretty. And the outside is black too. Wow. These are very nice. I bet they sell straight away. Remember I told you I had to refire this one? And there was a little white dot there, so I refired it and it's gone. But that's very sweet. So this is going to be a beautiful dinner set. And I don't think I'm going to separate the pieces out, because it'd be nice if somebody buys that all at once. And here's another one of those bowls. Oh boy, are these going to look nice with those. Woohoo! Like a beautiful. I'm not sure where you put it, but it's a really pretty set. Chip and dip almost. Oh no, I'll have to separate it. I have an order for these. Somebody wanted 8 of these, so I've got 8 little tiny rice balls in the just regular landscape series. Here's another Icelandic place. This is the plate, which is the, and there's a little blemish on that one too. I think I might leave that though, because there's sort of something here. But this is the one where you can sort of say it's like a reflection, looking at the landscape and then reflecting underneath. Or you could say it's an ice flow with a ice, melted ice water running through the middle of a landscape. But either way, it's the nighttime Icelandic. Two more of the little bowls. These are just really great. And then another 4 of these little cove bowls. These turn out beautiful too. The last level down, here's another one of the Icelandic flows. And another 2 of those, and another 3 of those. So I'm not sure. I think there's about 15 of each of these bowls. So it was not just highlights, I guess, but it didn't take very long. So, I'm doing another update on the studio with building the furniture and shelving to show what you need. But you don't need everything. But everybody needs a little different. Some small, some large. But hopefully you're enjoying these new set of videos. And if you do, just press the subscribe button and like and all that. I don't know what that does exactly, but everybody says that. So.